Hey everybody, welcome back to Tommy's Tiny Trailer Shop. We just got back from a nice weekend at Pine Grove Furnace State Park in Pennsylvania, and I'm happy to report that the water tank fill valves that I installed in one of the other videos, they work flawlessly. But while we were there, I was thinking, well, what happens if we run out of water in our fresh water tank? So there's a couple options. And so, if you're going to take your RV and go sightseeing, you can break camp and then you can drive to the water faucet and fill the tank back up. But if you're not going to break camp, then pretty much your option is to use one of these portable tanks and fill that up. And then of course you'd have to lift this and pour it into the water fill here. And these can get pretty heavy and cumbersome to try to do this. So I was thinking, possibly there's a better way to do this than to go through all that effort. But before I go on, there's another issue with this RV that we've been trying to solve, and that is when it comes to winterizing. To winterize this unit, they put in a nice inlet for the water pump, but it's back behind a drawer, and we're going to show you that here. Okay, so winterizing this RV wasn't the easiest last year. And the way that it's done is down here, there's a drawer. You have to pull out this drawer, you have to release the latches, completely remove the drawer. The water pump is located behind here. There's a connection back there to put a hose on, but you can run the hose over to your RV antifreeze. There's also a valve back there that you have to lay on the floor and reach way in the back to turn the valve. This was not an easy job. I mean, it was doable, but this is not really convenient for winterizing. So with adding the connection outside in the compartment, that allows us to just do all that work outside, and we never have to remove this drawer. Okay, so taking into account the issue with winterizing the unit and also how to get more water if you run out of fresh water in your tank, I decided to install this inlet right here, which actually feeds directly up into the pump. So this line is the line that comes from the water tank to the pump. And this had an elbow in it, and I simply cut the elbow out and I put a T in here. Then I ran down here, and this is a washing machine valve. So the way this works, you can take this off and you can turn the valve. Now, of course, there's water in the line, so some water drained out. And I keep a dust cap on there. But this was fairly easy to install. And so now this will allow me to turn on the water pump, connect the hose onto here, and then you can put the hose either into a portable water tank, or you can put it into the gallon of pink RV antifreeze whenever you go to winterize your unit, and then pump your antifreeze straight in. So our water pump is actually located just above here on the floor, and so this is very close to the water pump itself. I could have mounted this over in the other compartment where I did the other plumbing work, but then it would have been further away, and I decided this side would be easier to access. Also, when you're camping and the slide out is out on the other side, you'd have to crawl in under the slide out to access it. So this way, it's right here and easily accessible. So let's go ahead and we're going to try this out. Okay, so to use this system, all you need is a short section of hose, and you're just going to hook this up right here to the valve. So we take off our good dust cap and we connect our hose on. Hi. And then we have our tank of fresh water here, and we're going to put that hose right down in. Now I did make sure the hose was clean, so of course you don't want to use a dirty hose and put it into your clean water here. And then we're going to turn on the valve, and then we're going to turn on our water pump. Okay, so we have to turn on the water pump to test it out. So go ahead and we'll turn that on. Now let's go test it out. Okay, so I turned on the water pump, and now we're pumping water from the tank up through the system and into the RV. Now you can let it like this, and you can just use the water straight out of the tank. Now this gives you, 6 gallons or so here, which isn't a lot, but if you just need a little bit to finish out, your day or your trip, why, this will work fine. The other thing that you can do with the valves that I installed in the other video, I can turn the valve and I can actually pump water from the portable tank directly into the holding tank. So that's a nice feature as well. Now when you install this system, you do have to make sure that you have a valve that you can turn off the inlet from the tank, which was already installed in another video on the other side of the unit. So that has been turned off, and so now it will draw directly from here. And you have to just remember to turn it back so you can draw water out of your fresh water tank. So, and there again, if you want to winterize your RV, you can use the same hose and put it down into the gallon of RV antifreeze, and you can pump your antifreeze right through your system if that's how you prefer to winterize your system. Alright, so I want to thank you for watching today, and remember, this is Tommy's Tiny Trailer Shop, where we give you tips and information to help you have big adventures in your tiny trailers, or your big trailers too. Thank you for watching.